is needed to create inbound action in flow. Whenever the instance receives an email, it needs to create a change request. The body of mail contains server details, and we need to compare the details with the Excel sheet, which is provided by the account team. The Excel sheet is not present in the ServiceNow. And my question is, how can I compare the body of the email with the Excel sheet by using Flow? And I need to map the location as well as mail body to location field reference in change request if the server details are matched. So the requirement is they are saying that somebody sent a mail, and based on the mail we should create a change request, and then they are saying that the in the mail that have the server details, somebody sent the server details. Once they send the server details, I need to compare with the server details with the Excel, which is not present to the service now. I don't know how to compare that or what their requirement is this one, but at that moment I'm going to create an inbound action. Using the inbound action, I'm going to create a change request. I'm going to put that server details into that incident, into that change request table, and that's what I'm going to do that. So in the object, I'm going to type that all inbound action. So let's understand what is inbound action if you are not familiar with that inbound action. So basically, inbound action is a action which can perform several actions, like which can create, update, insert, delete, whatever operation you want to do. You can do the operation based on that user email. So let's say that I have received a mail from a user, and based on that mail, I can take some actions. Okay, so that's what I am going to do today's in our today's class. So first, what I'll go do that I'll go to the sys user table, and then in the sys user table I'll update my email address. So let's say my name at the moment is system administrator. Here I'm going to update my email address. So my email address is updated at that moment. Now if I have sent a mail to the ServiceNow, okay, once ServiceNow receives the mail, ServiceNow will going to process that mail, and based on that mail, let's say that the mail subject contains some special character or based on some details, the ServiceNow will process something, or ServiceNow do some action on that. Okay, so let's for that what I'll do, I'll go to this inbound action, and under the inbound action you will have that field called target. So on which table you want to do some operation. So you can see if I do that, at that moment there are a couple of inbound action already created on incident table. Similarly, if I search with change request, and you can see there is no such change request for creation on. So we are going to create a new inbound action here, or let's say that I'm going to put the change, create change request, something like that. So first you can see the name. I have to put the name. So let's say that create change request. So this might be my name, and then here we have to put the target table. So on which table I want to do the operation. So my case, the target table will be the change request table. All right. Now we have a call action type, and here you can see the record action or reply mail. So if you select the reply mail, you can directly reply once you receive a mail, you can directly reply that. Okay, so that's the how it works, reply mail. Or our case, I'm going to select the record action. So based on that, I'm going to do some action. So I'm going to do some perform the action. And you can see by default that active flag is false. So I just need to be activate that. And stop processing means that if my inbound action is already processed, I don't want to process any other inbound action. So let's say that two condition is matches, two inbound condition is matches, and my order is maybe 10, and once my inbound action is processed, I don't want to process other inbound action. In that case, you can just check that stop processing. And now type. So here is the mail type. When you receive the mail, which type of mail you are expecting. If you are expecting the new mail, then you can select the type equal to new. If you are expecting the reply mail, you can select the reply mail, or forward mail, you can select that. So my case, somebody sent a new mail. I am going to do some action. Okay, let's put that, and here we have a condition. We can define the condition. Let's say that I am saying that subject start with create change request. So what I am trying to say here, if somebody sent a mail with a subject called create change request, I will assume that they are trying to create a change request, and based on that, I will do some actions. Let's say that I will create a change request here in my condition. You can see there are various options called user, UID, weight, to target table, target, subject, status, state. So message ID importance. So depending on your criteria, you can select the condition, and then based on that, you can trigger that. Now after that, we have a required role, so we can define that on which, if the user have this kind of role, this inbound action should be run. That's, I'm not going to do that at that moment. You can select the particular user. So let's say that if I receive from a particular user, then only this inbound action should be triggered. You can select that on also. At that moment, I'm not doing anything. Now I'll go to the action tab. Under the action tab, you can start writing your code. So you can start, start writing your code to do perform actions. So if you want to set direct value, let's say that you want to put the subject equal to in a direct value, you can put that one also. I'll come to that. And under the description, you can put the detailed description what it is doing on in details for your future reference purpose. I am saving at that moment. Side by side, I will open the change request table, and let's see that what all details actually can pass in the change request. So let's say, let's assume that I am creating a change request manually. Normally, what are the information normally we require? So if you see at that moment, when I click the new, it is going to be type, pinned, and here there are type of model we have. I have normal change and then emergency change. So if I click normal change, so the type I have to be select equal to normal. The model I have to select that normal. So and then requested by will be the logged in user, configuration item, short description. These are the information I have to be put there. So let's say when I receive this kind of mail called create change request or start with this create change request, I want to set certain static value. Say I want to set some static value. What value I want to set? I want to set the model equal to normal and then type equal to normal. So these two I want to set. So it's a simple. You just without any writing any code, you can just select those field, and then if you are static things, you can select that. So let's say that model. I will say that uh, all normal, and let's say that type I will say that normal. Okay, so these two I have selected. Next, I want to set the subject equal to short description, whatever the mail short description will be, that I want to set as a short description. So let's say the short description. Here I will select, you can select that particular details like subject, body, recipients, sender, all this detail. So I'll select the subject, and then description I will select that body. Okay, so whatever body they are going to pass, that I am going to set as a description. The short description I'm going to put the subject. The type equal to I'm going to set the normal. Now the users say that they are going to pass the configuration item, and that configuration item, or you can see they are going to pass that one details, they said that. So I need to map the location, so they need to be map the location, and then server details. So server details and location, they are going to pass that. So what I'll do, I will put the CMDB CI in the CMDB CI called server details, and then is there any location fields do we have here? Let's see this change request, do we have any location? So otherwise I could have mapped that. So I don't, so the process will be remain same. So what I'll do, I will apart from this short description, I'll populate the configuration item, and then I will put that category. Okay, so based on this category I'll put that. So and then maybe justification. So these are the information I'm going to put from the email mail body. Okay, so how we can do that? So let's say to map that, if you see that if you want to put some details into your field, let's say what field I am trying to put that? I'm trying to put the configuration item, right? So I want to put that, I want to populate the CMDB CI field, okay? And then for that, what I have to do, I have to receive that the value they are going to pass. They are going to pass that, let's say, call where CI. In the CI, I'll put the email dot body, so I can access the body, and then inside the body, what field I am going to pick that. Inside the body, I am going to put that configuration item, configuration. So whatever value they are going to pass in the configuration, I'll pick that, okay? And that configuration I am going to match to that CMDB CI table. So what I'll do, if you see this change request is pointing to, it's a reference field. I mean, this configuration item is a reference field and which is pointing to that CMDB CI table. So what I'll do, I will say I'll glide record that into that CMDB CI table, and then I will find out that the gr.get, and then here I'll put the name and then comma, then CI. So what I'm trying to say that if I found that CI details, whatever server details or CI details they are passing as a configuration, if that is found under CMDB CI, then I will populate that current.cmdb underscore CI equal to gr.sys underscore id. So let's understand one more time. So I have a field called CMDB CI. So this configuration item backend name is CMDB CI, and which is also pointing to a CMDB CI table. So this is pointing to a CMDB CI table. In the mail, in the body, they are going to pass as a configuration, and under the configuration, they are going to pass some value. Let's say some CI value. Let's assume that they are passing this name called test instance 5.1, something like that. So they are going to pass this in details, and once I receive that, I'll query to the CMDB CI table with the name equal to this value CI, and so once I get that, I will set the CSID, because reference field basically need the CSID. So I will query and get the CI as that CI CSID and set into the CMDB CI. Fine. Let's say that I'm going to put justification. So they are going to pass the justification, the direct justification. So it's a plain text field. So I'm going to set the justification equal to email.body.justification. So they are going to pass the justification. That justification I'm going to set as that here. Okay. Similar way, we can receive as many as information we needed from them. So if they are passing this information, we can just go and query and then populate that. Let's say that I have created here a report. So if you want to get their email address, who is sending that mail, you can type that email.original mail. If you want to access their email complete body, you can just type that email.body text. If you want to access all email priority, you can put that body. If there is a field called priority, you can access that. So if you want to access the subject, you can directly put that email.subject. If you want to access that who sent that mail, you can just put the email.form. If you want to check the importance, you can just check that email.importance. And inside the body, whatever fields value you needed, you just need to put the email.body and then field name. So I'll do that sample one. After that, once we get all this information, we are going to put the current.insert. Okay. So this way we are going to insert that, and at that moment, after that, maybe before that, we can put the current dot here. Let's say that I am going to put that work notes. Okay, so I am going to put that work underscore notes, and then under this work notes, we are going to say that email received form, and then here we can put that email dot, and then this one called original mail. So original mail will return you that email address of that user. So you can put that email received from the email address, and then maybe we can with body, and then we can directly get the body of that email address. So for that, we just have to type the email dot body text, email dot body text. So this one we just have to be put that. So once we get this information, we are going to create a change request. So I just use the current object because current is nothing but the table name we have selected as a target table called change request. So this will, once you do the current dot insert, it will create a change request with this information and this information. So let's save that and let's send a mail from my mailbox. Now it's time to send the mail from my Gmail or my mailbox to the ServiceNow. So once I send the mail to ServiceNow, and ServiceNow should create the change request. That's our expectation. So before sending that mail, what I have to do, if you type that email and under this email you will able to see that email diagnosis. Under this you can open the email diagnosis, and if you open that email diagnosis, what you can see, these have the email sending is non-operational and email receiving is non-operational. It means that this instance cannot send the mail and this instance cannot receive the mail. So first we have to turn on, if you see that email receiving is non-operational, it means that system cannot receive any email. Why? Because you can see it's a disable. So email receiving is disabled. So I need to be turn on that email receiving property to on. To do that, I have to go to the email property. Under this email property, you will be able to see that email receiving enable. You need to check this property and save that. Once you save that, let's save first. So once you save that, you go to this email diagnosis again, and you can see right now email receiving status. It's still not true, but you can see all these options are enabled. It means that I should be able to receive the mail, but it's the status is still checking. System is checking still all the status. Okay, now you can see it's showing that email processing time and it is cross because this system is taking too much time to email process. Okay, so it means that still email receiving non-operational because this email processing, this email taking so much process. So basically for that you can wait for certain time and then it will be turned on. I mean this email processing will be enabled. Now what we have to do, we can go to these emails. Under these emails you will have options called, if you click the emails, all the emails that is sent today in from your environment will be shown there. So it's going to be outbound or inbound. It means that if instance is sending an email or if the instance is receiving an email, all the email will be shown there. So if I open this email, one of these email, so this email supposed to be sent from this mailbox to this actual mail. Okay, now it is high time to send a mail. So if I go back here, I'm trying to send that. First question is the recipient. Who will be the recipient? So I need to send the service now. So how do we know the service now email address or maybe particular this environment email address? So if you open any email which is in send ready or send, it means that any mail which is supposed to send from this service instance to the any user. So this mail supposed to be sent to my email address. And if you go to the header, under this header you will have this called actual email address. So from this mailbox they are going to send mail to my email address. And if you notice this email address, their email address, it is saying that my dev environment. So this is my dev environment and this is their dev environment at the rate servicenowdevelopers.com. So this is the my email address. So dev environment email address. So I should send the mail to this environment basically. So I'll copy that and put under this recipient equal to this one. So this might be my recipient. So so you can verify your, I mean, depending on situation, this at the rate, this one will be changes. But at that moment, I can see my email address is, this is the email address. Now we'll go to this inbound action again. Now if I go to this inbound action, what should be the subject? So I'm saying that the subject should be start with this one. So it is static and saying that the subject should be start with this one. After that I can write anything. Okay. Now in the body, what should be the mail body? I can write anything under the mail body. Let's say that hi team, anything, please create a change request for me, something like that. Okay, and then whatever subject I will do that, this subject will be pasted into this short description. So this normal change short description, whatever will be there, this will be pasted to this normal change short description. The subject line will become to this normal change, and then the body will become to this description. Now we need two more information. One is the CMDBCI, or this is nothing but the configuration item. We can pass the configuration item colon and then any configuration item name. Let's say this our case. We are going to select any configuration item. I'm passing this called test instance 2. So this configuration item, I'm going to pass that, and once we pass this test instance 2, what it will be do, it will check to the CMDB CI table that it is a valid test instance or not, valid CI or not. If it is valid CI, then it will set that. If it is not valid, it will not set basically. So that's the one thing. And next is the justification. So justification is a plain text field, so we can copy this one justification. So this justification is a plain text field, and then whatever, say let's say that create a change request. So it's a plain text field. Whenever we send that, this will be set in a justification field basically. Okay. And once I send this mail will be sent to the ServiceNow with this email address, and then ServiceNow receive and process through the inbound action, and it will create a change request. Before process that, let's go back to this email diagnosis one more time and see it is that is, and you can see at that moment this receiving operation is email receive option is operational. Right now it is ready to receive the mail. So if I send the mail, I should be receive the mail to the service now, and then I should process that. So let's send that. So I'll click the send. So once we send the mail, it will take some time, and you can verify the emails is received or not under this emails table. So if you go to the emails, you will be able to see that under this table you will be receive that email. So let's refresh, and you can see I have received an email with the subject equal to this create change request, and here you can see that type is received. It means that I have received the mail, and if I click gear icon, and there is one field called receipt type, we add that. So let's add that, and it says the receipt type is new. It means that this mail is new. If you are forward on the mail, it will show the forward. If you reply that, the receipt type will be reply. So our case, the inbound action, the type is the new, right? So in that case, this email type is new, and then we receive that. So once I open this one, and you can see under the target, it's showing that change request. So it means that it successfully able to create a change request with that after sending my mail. And if this is the email log, and let's say I am searching with my inbound action. So if I search here, you will be able to see that processed. It is saying the processed, and this is, and it able to create the change request. Now if we open this change request, let me open this change request, and you can see it successfully created that, and then configuration item put that whatever configuration item we pass that. The subject is pasted to the short description. In the description we pasted this whole thing, whatever is the in the email body. Under the justification, we put the justification that I have passed. So everything is actually populated. And yeah, if you see that note section, we say that email received from, and then whatever we have mentioned here, everything is actually pasted here. So that's how you can create that using that inbound action. You can create that change request. So that's it for today. If you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.